we target to have this event as one of the kick-off momentum for us and put all the opportunities together on table and try to maximize that ExxonMobil as one of the big operator in the LNG field can really turn the opportunity as well for our community. So that's one of our main goals in the next couple of months. We hope we do it before the end of this year. But among other activities that we've been doing, we are preparing for April a very big event in Mozambique to create also a network and also try to discuss, there's a lot going on and there's a lot being said about the new government, mainly in the United States of America. President Trump is in the office now, and he's taking kind of decisions that most of the nations, including business community, did not expect. So it's important that we reflect on those measures in a very realistic way and try to identify the potential of such measure, of course, and try to identify what could not benefit us. And that reflection for us as Mozambique, particularly, and the business community of Mozambique is essential because we have seen now that the President Trump is more kind of wanting a win-win based collaboration. And for that, he has cut some aids for Mozambique and other countries, or mainly African countries. But for us, we want to see, will that affect as well the business community or not? What we are looking for as business community in Mozambique is not a sort of a CSR or a sort of favors. We are looking to build a sustainable business relationship with the US. So we want to understand at which level such measure can really impact the business. Are those going to impact in the perspective of social angle, or will it also impact on the business side? So this is something we will reflect about very soon as the chamber representing the business community in Mozambique, and we hope that we can obviously, based on the outcome of that discussion, position ourselves as a chamber in this new era. That's a very key question. The big problem that this big project, Exxon, Total Energy, and many more, is to see how they can really benefit Mozambique. Is to see what can be the local content for Mozambique in a context where you don't have a local content law. And we've seen a settled focus of this project more on social angle. So we want as well to make sure that Mozambique can benefit from the economic angle of this project. And the integration of the small enterprise in Mozambique is the key, because that is the only way you can spread the positive impact of this project. And in a very specific way, our expectation as the US Mozambique Business Chamber is to see our SMEs integrated in the value chain and to make sure that there are certain parties of the equipment that are used by this project that can be manufactured in Mozambique. There are certain things that as a country we must stop importing. We need to make sure, one, we empower our SMEs to manufacture. If by instance we cannot do that, we need to promote joint venture from those that have been exposed to do it. We need to bring them and put together with our companies here and make sure that such opportunities can be in Mozambique. And when I say in Mozambique, I really mean very specifically around where this project is. Because what you can see is that when you travel to these districts, like for example in Palma, where you have Total Energy, where you have Exxon, it is not really clear how can you have such big project and then the development in such area does not really grow. It's because all the value chain of this project, unfortunately, is not there. So we need to make sure whether we do with the Mozambicans owner of the business or we bring. Because the thing for us also as the chamber, the way we understand this, we are not pushing only for the Mozambican companies to be doing all these parties, because we understand there's a progressive process that we have to accept. What we are pushing for as a chamber is that the companies based outside Mozambique can reallocate themselves to Mozambique if they want to produce parties to supply this big project that in Mozambique. Because we believe that from that reallocation to Mozambique, the small and medium companies from Mozambique will be part of the linkage programs. And that's how you can really uplift the capacity of the companies in Mozambique. We are not dreamers. We are not asking for what we cannot do. We are saying, let's do it progressively. And the first step is to make sure the value chain of these companies in Mozambique, and if it's in Mozambique, then the integration with the remaining SMEs, the smalls from Mozambique, will be more easy to be applicable. Otherwise, we'll keep discussing, as you know, we have not yet finalized the local content because we are not really aligned what should be the law, how the law should look like. But at the end of the day, what's intended is that we need to promote as much business as possible to Mozambique. Otherwise, this extractive industry will turn to be a curse, not a blessing for Mozambique. It will create a case where communities will not feel themselves identified by the project, because this project will never generate enough jobs by themselves. But what can really change the future is the value chain. The value chain, but also the downstream area. We need to make sure that the gas, all the resources, can also be turned, can also be processed in Mozambique. LNG is a raw material for fertilizer. LNG is raw material for energy. This is what I believe as the president of the chamber, and this is what we as Mozambican enterprise believe that will change our continent, will change Mozambique. Well, I would say it is important that we do these kind of events often. We need to do this regularly. We need to put the players together, the stakeholders together, the operators, the government, the business people. Everybody should discuss more and more so that we find the best way to do our project in Mozambique. This is not new. There are many lessons learned, bad and good. We need to sit and see both. And then it's up to us as a country to see what can benefit Mozambique out of those lessons learned. So my takeaway today is that Mozambique is the future of the region. Mozambique is the future of the continent. But to turn that into reality, we need to work very closely together with all the stakeholders that we saw today.